is Straight Up 10 o'clock. Good morning. Welcome to KTLA Morning News. I'm Renee Burrous.
I'm Chris Burrous, and I completely agree with you. What is the point of a freezer?
What? Well, we were talking about sometimes you leave things too long in the freezer. So Olivia's trying to make an omelet for breakfast. Actually, quesadilla for breakfast. And she said this turkey said it expired last year, but it's been in the freezer.
Right.
But maybe even that long in the freezer isn't good. We're already in April. We're in May.
I express my opinion that freezers are just a place when you're not emotionally ready to get rid of something yet. Like, oh, I made this food that I should eat later, and it's a way station. It will eventually go in the trash.
I don't agree with you. When I make my smoothies,
It's 2 against 1.
Well, I'll tell you what I use my freezer for, and then
I'm not sure about it. I haven't made a decision. It was a question.
So let's say I buy a batch of bananas.
Right.
You buy them in bulk, and then you cut them up and freeze them,
and you
reuse it for the smoothie.
But sometimes they get a little freezer burn if you don't use them fast enough.
I always freeze them flat, and then you can kind of put them together after, so that they don't get all.
Okay, here's the question: people who freeze their bananas with the
that's weird.
You can't do that. Like, what do you do with the frozen banana?
No.
You can peel it.
Yeah, make sure you peel the.
My mother, who has a hard time getting rid of things, actually, has the outside refrigerator freezer. And that full freezer is full of things that she's emotionally not ready to get rid of. Just yet. There's no reason this should be in there.
Is the freezer covered? Is it like outside in the garage?
Yeah. A lot of families have outdoor refrigerator.
A lot of families.
Am I right?
Why are you looking at me? I don't have one, but I had one growing up. We had a freezer.
We are Italian, and every Italian family has a freezer.
And Mexican families.
And Hispanic families.
Yeah.
It's just kind of an ethnic thing.
It's true.
I believe it is an ethnic thing. Chinese, no, don't do that.
Well, I don't have a big family, so maybe when I do have a big family.
Did Mama Chan have a refrigerator freezer in the garage?
So much. She has a whole freezer, just like it looks like a fridge, and then another refrigerator.
She has a walking freezer.
It's basically, and that wing in the house that is not Liberty's closet is a walking freezer. Not a walk-in freezer, but a walk-in wine cellar. So she'll put
walk-in closet, walk-in wine cellar, walk-in freezer. Anything else?
I don't have that, but she does.
Do you remember the deep freeze? The ones that looked even like this? It was like the kind you had to remember, the deep freeze?
It's like the popsicle.
Okay.
Wow, we really dug.
We sure did.
Now you just made me hungry for an otter pop. An otter pop is a food.
Choco Taco.
Choco Tacos. Remember how you ate when you were pregnant?
And It's-It.
It's-Its are wonderful.
What are It's-Its?
You never had It's-It?
It's an oatmeal cookie.
Yeah.
And then it's got the ice cream inside, and then another oatmeal cookie, and then it's coated in chocolate.
Oh. Yeah, it's delicious.
And the oatmeal cookie makes you feel like you're not eating something that's so bad.
I fell in love with David because he would put It's-It in his freezer whenever I would come to visit it. Visit it.
You're gonna put some.
That was the slip. I would come to visit him.
You gotta put gum in your mouth after you eat it. It's because it's not good for the breath.
Oh.
Didn't you like choco tacos when you were pregnant?
pregnant. Okay. So the weather's going to be beautiful.
How's the weather?
It's going to be sunny and mild today with windy conditions in the mountains and desert.
Right. Thank you very much, everybody. We appreciate it. It is only home until 11 a.m. We were talking about freezers.
Yes.
And David O'Brien says when our kids were growing up, we had 2 different freezers in the garage. We had an upright and we had the chest. We also kept 3 or 4 dozen boxes of Girl Scout cookies, so we would have enough to last.
3 dozen?
Awesome.
David.
Wow.
Nice.
Going over there.
So if your sandwich meat is no good after a year, but I guess cookies.
But I don't think it's been a whole year. I think it was probably frozen like maybe December.
Is it really good turkey? I mean,
it's just when you buy Costco, you get those 2, so you use one and then you put the other in the freezer, and then you forget, and then you buy more, and then you put one in the freezer. Before you know it, you have
I think that's smart though to buy in bulk and then divvy it up and then have it for a rainy day. I do that with my soup.
I have long suspected that Costco is actually owned by Food Saver, the little vacuum bags, and people who make freezers. I believe that they own Costco.
That's smart.
But you have to go through your freezer and throw that stuff out, just like you have to go through your spice rack and throw that stuff out.
And sometimes you have to go through your heart.
What?
He's getting a little weird.
He's
getting a little weird. I'm going to go on my Instagram, and that way you'll behave during the break. I think you're losing it.
It's true.
He
the best way to make him behave is to be on social media.
Why?
On Facebook Live or Instagram, because then he has to filter himself.
But why would he filter himself for social media? He doesn't filter himself right here. Who knows? He filters himself during the week when he angers with Jess and Megan.
So we know he can do it. That's true.
Yeah. Look at him. Look at him.
What are you talking about?
Trying to look innocent.
But when you fill in for Sam, you are your own person. You are Dana. when I fill in for the Buckley or the Schauble, I try to not imitate them, but honor their way of being. I try to, fill the role rather than come in and I'm Burrous filling in here. You know what I mean?
No.
So when I'm Frank,
How can you be anybody but who you are?
when I'm Frank, I wear pants. I sometimes put in cufflinks. I just try to, upgrade a little bit.
Well, here's what you did
I try
today.
to quote, I was reading in the Atlantic Monthly. I tried to be...
Here's
try to be
one
more
thing-
professional.
Here's
what
one thing
you're
he
saying.
could do. He
Yeah.
showed me a picture that he wanted to know if it was appropriate or inappropriate to show.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, if you have to ask, usually.
And he did it.
You have to
He
ask.
did it while I was
Right.
reading a story, and I was like,
I was going to...
show it.
Because I don't think anybody else, that would be a fair question. But if you have to ask if it's
Yeah.
appropriate,
But
I'm
every
going to
once in a
say
while-
that is funny.
She lets me slide and get away.
Oh,
I get text messages from my girlfriends, and they're like, "Is this too risque for Instagram?" And there was a picture last week, and I said, "If you feel okay with it, I'm okay with it. It's however the individual person." But
do you remember when you asked me that question? Do you remember my answer?
What was
Don't say it out loud.
I don't remember what was the picture.
We'll talk about it later instead.
Oh, I remember.
You were like, oh, I would never think that. I'm like, well, somebody out there is going to think that, honey.
Was it a pose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she posted it.
Yeah. Did I can work it. Don't you think? Because it felt right. I followed my gut. And you know what? If a fortune cookie, that's exactly right.
Follow your gut, baby.
Don't you try to act a little bit? Try to embody Ginger when you do the traffic light? When I
Oh,
film...
gosh, there's no way
I wouldn't dare try to be
too.
like Ginger. She knows
I don't try and embody Sam.
good.
Oh.
When I
love Sam, but I don't
Yeah, don't
be
do it.
if
Sam.
I was going to fill in for Glenn, I might, occasionally get to, our taxes. I want the viewer to be comfortable, even if the person is
Just
not
be.
thinking.
I want to embody Wendy Birch.
Yeah.
I want to embody Wendy Birch.
You could do that.
I could do it.
Not for very long.
Close.
No, but you be windy. No, but I don't think you do that at all. I think you just behave. You're not being like
Exactly.
You
You behave and you're a little bit more professional. You're not them.
Yeah.
You just temper the Burrous.
What are we
You should
doing?
see me at home when I'm in the mirror and I do my Schauble impersonation.
Oh gosh, please.
Do you have a Schauble
Please do.
impersonation?
No. But you know who has a great impersonation? And he doesn't work here anymore. Whit, the guy that was at Channel 4 for a hot minute, the most attractive man on earth, the one with the great hair
Where
and
is he
everything.
now?
He's at Good Morning America. But he has a killer impersonation of Chuck Henry. And he will never do it on air, but it's fantastic.
Was that something that you were just supposed to keep between the two of you and not everybody out there?
You know what?
Nothing is ever
Do you
private.
ever
I
keep
was trying to
anything?
remember who told me that. And since I couldn't remember who told me,
It's fair game then. Yeah.
When I told him my mammogram story, and I didn't expect to talk about
I heard that. I heard that. And you were like, "Are you going to share that?" And he was like, "Yep." I
I
always
should know better.
end a conversation with Burrous. This is not for air. This is not for sharing.
And I
You
believe
don't
I've always
say,
respected
and
that.
he has. He
Right.
has. And I appreciate that.
I'm scared of her more than I'm
a
scared.
scared. You're as scared of her
Because
you're
you know I
scared of her
can
more than
channel,
you're
I
scared
can
of me.
channel the Mama Chan, and
Yeah. She's vicious.
well, it's similar to your wife. She's militant. Well, you're a little general.
Not anymore because she doesn't like it. So please stop.
Now his voice is getting
Sorry,
higher.
bye. I got you some slippers. Next week I'll bring you, I don't know, something else. No, I'm scared.
It's okay. Are we supposed to do? What are we doing?
I don't know.
We're
Okay. Did we just pass over weather?
I guess we
Yeah.
are.
It's sunny and mild. It's sunny and mild. 80? What, 80? No, 70. 70.